Okay, it was a great night for Indiana Hoosier fans. Stadium was popping. Really proud of the team. Dominant performance. The pump block got us going. Then we busted a coverage on their touchdown. And then we made a lot of explosive plays, pressured the quarterback. I think we sacked him 7 times. And really just tried to get out of the game and shorten the game at the end and really kind of broke their will, I think. So it's a great win, and I'm proud of the coaches and proud of the players. I think we've gotten a lot better the last 2 weeks.
I mean, do you feel, you mentioned this dominant performance against a top 10 opponent will silence some of the critics that you guys have heard about the last 9 months that have attributed your past success to the schedule?
I don't control that. I only control the development of our football team. I felt very confident about this game going in based on what I saw on film. And, there's a lot of football left to be played.
Curt, last year, Curtis had a kind of a similar game in his Big Ten debut. Just what did you think of Fernando tonight? As efficient as he was, obviously 5 touchdown passes kind of speaks for itself.
Yeah, I thought he took a major step forward last week and then again this week, and really had a lot of confidence in him going into the game. I think his progress has really accelerated the last couple weeks. And, I thought he was right on target. And what I really liked about the team is the way they play every play, one play at a time, and first play to last play of the game, regardless of the circumstances. That, to me, that's key to the drill.
Yeah, we've earned the right from Pat.
Coach, you mentioned you mentioned the 7 sacks. Obviously, I know you guys brought some pressure, but your defensive line really physically whipped them tonight. Just talk about the job those guys did, and just the whole defensive front getting pressure and slowing down an offense that had been scoring a lot of points.
That's what I saw on tape too. And I thought our defensive line could whip their offensive line, and we did. And they came out and played with tempo early, and give him time to throw. He's going to get the ball where it's got to go. And I think the sacks were huge. The block punt got us going, and then they couldn't stop us. They couldn't match up on the perimeter, and then we broke their will and just pounded them. And he's a good quarterback, but he took a lot of sacks last year too.
Pat, far left, and Adam.
Yes, on Mendoza, his ability to make quick decisions and then accurate throws, where does that come from, and how much of a luxury is that to have?
Oh, well, physical attributes. He's got a quick whip, strong arm, accurate, mobile. The biggest thing when he came to us was working with him in the pocket in the drop-back game, being a little bit more patient, poised, going through his progressions. A lot of this stuff is RPO stuff with us, and in this game too, because we thought there were some things there we could take advantage of. I think he's got a tremendous upside, and he prepares. He's a tremendous person. He will do everything he can to be the best he can be. It means a lot to him. He wants to be great, and he's made great progress the last couple weeks.
Adam, far left, and Scott.
Yeah, Curt over here. I know every year is different, but what type of message do you think you guys have said about where this program is and what you guys can be this season?
I don't know. You guys control all that stuff. I just got to get them ready. And then we all play our games and see where it shakes out at the end of the year. I want to, but I'm not.
Scott, far left, and Sammy.
Hi, Curt, I wanted to ask you about your running game. 312 yards against a team that traditionally does a good job against the run. How are you able to continuously pound at Illinois?
Yeah, it's a mentality. Our guys we're tied in together. We don't talk a lot. We're pretty much, we hit the field, it's all business. I know I stirred things up last year, media-wise, because I felt like I had to. This fan base was dead and needed to set some expectations. But we kind of go about our business, kind of a blue-collar outfit. And I think there was a point in that game where we broke their will.
Sammy on your left, and Seth.
Coach, on the drive following their touchdown, you ran the punt team out. They called timeout.
Yeah.
What was the chess match there? Were you going to punt?
I
force
think
them?
they had 12 on the field. We threw the punt team out there. I was a little torn on what to do. And then kind of had a deja vu of about 14 years ago once that happened. And we elected to go for it at that point and converted, and that was a pretty big play. Yeah, there were some couple special teams plays there. The block punt, that play, and then there was a third one. I can't recall what it was exactly. Oh, they had another penalty on a punt, I think, that negated, I don't know. I can't remember. But that one, you know, after I thought a little bit more about it, we felt like we had a good play, and it worked.
Set on your left and ready.
Curt, with the way you guys ran the ball tonight and the amount of time Fernando had to work with, just how would you assess the offensive line play tonight and how much potential that group has going forward?
I mean, you know, potential, this and that. It's what you put on tape. And, I felt really good about our line coming into this season. We've got some really good players there. They reflect kind of the personality of their coach, Bob. They're tough guys. They're gritty guys. And, they've been playing well. And, I expect them to continue to get better and play well.
Ready on your left and Daniel.
Yeah, you guys had, I think it was 6 tackles for loss on their first 5 possessions, finished with 10 tackles for loss, 7 sacks. Why was the pressure so effective?
I mean, put the Duke game on. The same thing happened. The difference in that game was, Duke turned it over 5 times. They got to him right off the bat, beginning of the game, 4 or 5 times. And, I thought we could too.
Daniel on the right, Jim.
You'd mentioned the strides y'all made last week and out there. Where have you seen the largest leap so far?
Based on what we're putting on the field, from beginning to end, the way we're playing in all 3 phases. And there's no let up in these guys.
Jim, last one.
Curt, I know you talked about Fernando and his growth, but there was a particular play in which he went through all of his progressions, but still never gave up on Elijah Sherrod. He was just hanging on the sidelines, and that was a key play there. How much growth does that really show since he got here?
Well, positive performance, confidence, belief, and then it becomes a cycle. And seeing it with all these other quarterbacks, and he's probably got more physical ability than all the other ones. And, I think Chandler's doing a great job with him too. And I like the way it's going in the game plan sessions and, kind of the plan, the last 2 games. And Fernando's the kind of guy that he won't get big-headed. He's going to keep his nose to the grindstone, do a great job preparing, and continue to improve.